Art comes in many different forms, through medias of film, animation, and every other type of entertainment out there. However, certain pieces of art will remain eternal, masterpieces that are as close to perfect as humanly possible. Tolkien's books will always be remembered for the way they almost single-handedly shaped the way we see the fantasy genre. The Mona Lisa is forever famous as the painting of a woman who's kind of smiling and kind of not at the same time, and that's weird to look at. But even above those great works of art sits the pinnacle of human creation. A week of Garfield. This critically acclaimed NES game envelops the player in the universe of Garfield, our favorite feline and his compatriots, by giving us a near-perfect game that also contains nuanced commentary about life, nature, and our own spirituality. First and foremost, the game depicts a typical week in the life of Garfield, with each day of the week being a level, separated into 3 different sections, clearly to represent the 3 stages of life, of which Garfield also symbolizes with the 3 poses you can make him perform. But the careful attention to detail doesn't end there. At the end of each level there is a locked door with an invisible key somewhere on the screen, requiring you to bunny hop around like an idiot for upwards of 30 seconds in search of the stupid thing. Obviously to highlight how we blindly grab at everything in search of the key to our ambitions. The trials Garfield faces are varied and dangerous, including classic symbolism such as a frog. A clear reference to how Almec tribes believe that frogs are symbols of life and death and rebirth, obviously. And a spider, which represents the insectoid arachnoid commonly referred to as a spider. There's also this thing. I want to say it's some sort of tick, but I'm not completely sure. I'm also not completely sure what it symbolizes, but when it attacks Garfield, this happens. Possibly some type of mental illness. The most challenging enemies are the mice that charge at Garfield with their superior strength and speed, the birds that swarm around Garfield when ignored, and fish, which are the physical embodiment of Garfield's true feelings. Here's a side-by-side comparison so you can see for yourself. And in case you didn't notice, those were all natural predators to the Garfield, just for that extra bit of realism. Garfield can use various defense mechanisms to retaliate against these emotional and physical threats, which take the form of a smiley-faced paper bag, an obvious reference to the act of hiding your true identity from other people, a pie and a bone which you can throw and push your responsibilities onto other people, and lastly, Garfield can kick. But the real question still remains, why is Garfield going through these hassles? Every week no less. Well, on the title screen Garfield is shown interacting with his lifelong friend and partner, Odai, when suddenly Odai runs off into the unknown, and Garfield nobly ventures off in search of him. After spending the entirety of Monday searching for Odai, John asks what's causing Garfield's unusual activity. Too distraught to reply, Garfield can do little more than stare headlong to John's crotch. And after spending all of Tuesday searching, both of them are beginning to lose it. John screams into the heavens, "Did you find Odai?" But Garfield hasn't. And he questions if he ever will. Is it even worth it at this point? Was there ever a point? Was Odai ever even real? But I do know one thing, and that's that I'll never know, because I couldn't beat the 3rd level. And also I just really didn't want to play more of this crap anymore. I just couldn't grasp the intricacies of the later levels, of which there are many, I am sure. Even with only the 2 levels I played, there were so many hidden, genius commentaries, such as the way Garfield stares into his soul when he jumps, telling us that player agency is a figment of our minds, with his eyes, or the fact that coffee gives Garfield more health than milk does, which is a very clever joke that adds to the already inherent humor of Garfield. Haha, hee hee. As for the rating, I can only give one as intelligent as the source material, so I give it an infinity out of pi. But there are still many things I cannot grasp with my puny meat brain in this beautiful specimen of art, a week of Garfield. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me again on the next video game introspection, or analysis, or whatever I end up calling this thing.